Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selections on the second video for Monday the 7th of November. Well, as you may be aware, Carlisle has been abandoned. Well, if you've got a Skybet account and you place your last bet in Skybet, then you probably won't have had your money back yet. Well, I haven't. So what I've done is, I've got £10 in there already. I'd also got a £5 free bet. So this bet that I'm putting on can only be placed with Skybet, and you'll see why in a minute. So what I've had is a 50p patent that comes to £3.50. I've had £2 doubles with all three selections that come to £6. Then I've had a £5 free bet. Bear in mind, I wouldn't have had a £5 bet on the treble if it hadn't been for a free bet, but it's just the easiest way of using it. So decide for yourself. I shall show you all the bets, but decide for yourself the staking plan. But today, unlike most other days, I'm going straight for the win. These are win only. So it's a 50p win patent, £2 win doubles, £2 win doubles, and a £5 treble. So let's get into it. So the first selection is Attica at 6-4 in the 1250 at Kempton. This horse is owned by Mrs. I think was it Mrs. Yeah, I wish I'd never said that now. Mrs. Pugh, her name is, and she's also the owner of Altior. Well, this horse ran in a decent national flat race on its only ever run, running behind a nice sort, let's put it. It doesn't look a strong race, and I'm thinking for the owner of Altior, you'd think bearing in mind, I think she's only got one horse currently in training, apart from Altior, and I don't know if Altior still has been retired or not. I don't know. I don't really follow the horse anymore. But Attacker, I think this is quite an easy race, and I can't believe it's 6-4. Maybe there's something I don't know, but it's Nicky Henderson, and I can't really see anything to beat it in the race. And with normal progression, I would expect it at least win the first two, but obviously we want it to win, but I can't really see anything to beat it unless it's clearly no good. I don't know. So that's the first selection. The second selection is Quick Draw at 3-1 in the 125 at Kempton. Well, this horse is also trained by Nicky Henderson, and it was trained by Tom Lacey last season. It's had a mixture of headgear, and to be honest, it hasn't really taken to chase fences. Well, it returns to chase fences today under Nicky Henderson's tutelage. Well, I do like the look of the profile of the horse. It just seems like it's a bit hard work to train. I'm not quite sure what the problem is, whether it's confidence or whether it's ability, I don't know. But it's off a half decent mark over on its chase of 113, which is much lower than its hurdle mark. So I think it's got a chance at the weights. What is interesting is every time it's had a new headgear, first time cheek pieces, it won. First time blinkers, it won. Well, it's been running in cheap pieces, and one of the times it ran with no headgear. Well, the blinkers are back, so maybe this could hopefully spark a bit of a revival. And I do like the look of the profile of the horse. My third selection is only available on Skybet, and I'll explain why in a minute. Right, this is where you have two horses in the same race that run for you, and it's part of a special bet. I shall go to it in a minute. So basically, it's in the 335 at Kempton, and you have What's the Story or Electric Anne to win, and you've got 2-1. I shall go to that race now and show you where to find it. So as you can see, 335 at Kempton. There's so many doubts over some of the horses, right? Tweed Skirt, along with two of the other horses, I believe Lilith and You Can Have Her, both had or have had in the past wind operations. And I think the ground will turn to soft, and there's question marks because none of them have ran this year either. So they could be absolutely handicap blots, like real good things, but I can't see it. Yeah. So what I've gone for, I watched this horse last time. What's the Story? It ground two opponents down and won really easy. Well, if it gets an easy lead, it could gradually burn these other ones off as well, especially with it having a recent run, because obviously it'll be stripping much fitter, even if it was fit on its reappearance, but it'll be much fitter this time around. But the reason I've gone for two in the race is because I like the look of Electric Annie. Well, it's been trained a couple of times by Jack Barber, but now ultimately it's trained by Robert Walford, who for me is a chase man. This horse looks like it's got ability. It's a bit in and out, but I do think it's well handicapped. And with so many doubts over the other three, the obvious thing is to choose the two that have got less doubts about them. What's the story in Electric Annie? So this is why I've gone to this market down here. Because what I did originally look for, I looked to see if there was a distance market, and at the time there wasn't. I'm not saying there might be now when I scroll down, but no, there isn't. So so I click on either to win, scroll down, and the great thing is, what's the story? Electric Annie, the two that I fancy, 2 to 1. I think 2 to 1's a reasonable price. So all I do, you just click it in your bet. Obviously, you can't see that. It's gone into my bet, so I might as well just click it off because you can't see it. So you've got that selection and the 2 others. Combine them. Decide for you what stakes you want. Yeah, I've probably not done the most sensible staking plan, but that's what I've gone for. And as you can see, the £10 has just gone back in my account, and that's from the Carlisle abandonment. So anyway, those are the selections for Kempton. If you want selections for Wolverhampton, let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy to. Obviously, I won't pick any just for the sake of it, but if I'm mainly focused on Kempton, I like to focus on a meeting if possible, and then pick the horses based on the ground and whatever. So that's why I originally went for Carlisle. So this is why next I went for Kempton when Carlisle was abandoned. So if you would like Wolverhampton selections for tonight, let me know in the comments. If you don't, no problem. And more than likely, I'm off this week, so if I fancy horses, I will have more time to put videos out there. So there's a good chance there'll be a video for Tuesday. So the very best of luck. I hope everybody. The video yesterday didn't get too many eyes on it. I think there was only like 150 in the end, so it might have been too late for some people to place the bet. But it was very nice returns. We £10 on and £102 bike, 2 winners and a non-runner. So cracking really. It makes a change, to be honest, with the in and out run. Obviously, we're kind of up because of the football bet, but I know a lot of you don't have the football bet. And that one, what did I say? Did it win 650, 700? So yeah. So the very best of luck for Monday. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.